Hey guys, very good afternoon to you. Welcome to the video number 309 and this is Ajay. I'm going to talk about today how to send the different attachments and to different people, right, in a simple one VBA program, right? So you can see here the title of this video would be how to send the different Excel files to different Outlook email IDs, right? And as usual, I have received this wonderful question from one of my subscribers whose name actually is Naeem Ahmed. Welcome to the channel, Naeem Ahmed. I think you have subscribed to the channel a couple of days back only, so I hope you're liking the videos. And indeed, your question actually says that you had actually gone through my channel a lot, right? So because this is a very interesting actually question, guys, and so as usual, I wanted to share it with all of you. We are going to make the code, but first of all I want to read out the code for you and then I explain you. So this is what he has said. Dear sir, I have been seeing your videos regarding VBA and they are all amazing. Thank you so much for this. Thank you so much. It's a new year, and in the new year, whenever I receive these appreciations, and I have received a couple of them actually. Some people even said that they are a big fan of my channel, and they have written on the YouTube, in fact. So indeed, I just couldn't thank you enough for all the support and love. Thank you so much, guys. It means a lot, trust me, right? Okay, so this is what he has said. I have a query regarding multiple attachments to Excel. So sheet B, B2 person name. I mean, he has written all this stuff. Basically, I need the macro to send the emails one by one with the attachments and the body with formatted as well. I have to send the email to around 300 employees with different attachments or attachment. Hope you'll do it as ASAP, as soon as possible. Looking forward to your kind cooperation. Regards, Naeem Ahmed. Thank you so much, first of all, Mr. Ahmed, for this question actually. And now guys, this is what actually he has forwarded me. I did a little bit of changes, but this is how exactly it looks like, the file. If you look at this file, now what he wants to do, now he wants to make a VBA program, a button, which if we click, then what happens, we should have a, in the body of the email, it should say dear Naeem Ahmed, and then in the this person goes, the email goes to this person. In the CC email, we have this ID, and then in the subject we have this. Now status, actually what he's talking about is email sent. That's something I will delete it. We don't need this here. You can add it maybe separately, because I think you're looking for that if the email is sent, then what needs to be done. So maybe you can add it in the last of this the column, but that's not a part of this program, so I'm just going to remove it. Now this is the interesting one. He has written here a lot of attachment paths, and I have just changed those paths to basically he has given his own C drive, F drive path, so I changed it to my, because I have the E drive and this is my, you can see guys, with my name, the desktop path. So I changed actually the path so that I can connect it from my system, from my laptop, right? Now what he wants to do is every time the email goes, so the email should go to dear Naeem Ahmed in the body of the email, and we have all these IDs in the CC. Subject should be this, attachments are going to be this. So we are going to send actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attachments, and the next time in the same program, in the same VBA code, that another email goes, which should go to Salman Salim, and having these email items, IDs in 2 and CC with this subject and with these attachments. You can see here I have 1 attachment, 2 attachment, and 3 and 4 are empty. All right, so definitely we'll get the error here actually, but I will tell you how to deal with that. And then Irfan Ahmed, in the Irfan, you don't have any attachment except for this, which is test 2. And similarly, there are a couple of more name, Aman, Cheryl, and this is how we want to send it out. So we are going to make this program, guys, right away, right? Now, if you're watching the channel for the first time, guys, welcome to the channel, and you have actually clicked on the right place. And when I say that, I really mean it, because we have actually created 42 different playlists so far on the Excel VBA, MS Access, and Access VBA. And my simply, I have a one goal to make you awesome in all these 4 categories, and I'm actually trying to upload all these videos from the last 1 year, and definitely I see the good response. Now people are commenting on the channel, people are subscribing, so a lot of things are happening. And if you are interested in watching another videos, for example, you can see here we have Excel VBA events, we have Excel VBA introduction series. If you are new to the VBA, if I particularly talk about this Outlook, then just scroll it down, and I want to show you that we have uploaded so many videos on the Outlook. 17 videos in this channel, and every video is unique. 17 videos means that 17 emails I would have received from you, and I would have uploaded these videos, right? So all are practical videos, right? You can use them. You can see all these different categories, right? So I've talked about them. If you go to the video number, let's say 92, 90, they are very old videos. So start, seeing the videos from there. You will understand also how we connect with the Outlook. Now in this video, every time I receive an email from the Outlook and upload the video, what happens? I think that's enough now. I mean, because we have already got 19-20 videos on Outlook, so there could be no further any modification changes in the query. I guess whenever the people write me in, I try to tell them that go to this playlist, and this is what exactly I have told to Ahmed also, Mr. Ahmed, that please go ahead and watch these videos. And then he said that actually he has watched all the videos, but this is the requirement he is looking forward to is not there. And when I asked him to send the file, I saw actually, yeah, so this is again going to be a new code. So I believe that across the world, I mean, you guys write me and every time there is a new requirement, and that basically I can say it opens the gates for me to upload the new video and to share a new knowledge with you. So there we go, guys. Now what we're gonna do, so I want to tell you something before I start. This is a very simple code, trust me, very simple code. Looks like little difficult, but this is actually very simple. I'm going to simply tell my VBA that how many times I'm going to use the loop. We will run the loop actually, okay, because I see here we have 5 rows excluding the header. So I will simply run the loop 5 times, and every time the loop runs, first of all it will finish the row number 2, and then row number 3 and 4 and so on. And when it is going to work on the row number 2, it will start from here, and it keeps on picking these numbers, these cells basically. That is the only idea. Okay, so you go to the developer tab, you click on the Visual Basic. So this is my module I want to start. Now this is a advanced level video. I'm not going to talk anything here on the basic thing. I mean, I'm not going to talk about the for next loop, which I'm going to use here. If you don't have any information about the for next loop, please go ahead and find out the video here called Excel VBA loops and start your learning from there, right? This is the video, guys, Excel VBA loops examples, and you see that 24 videos are here. These are all part 6, part 8, part 7, part 5, part 4, part 3. You can see here they are all very basic videos. They are there so that you can learn the VBA from the beginning, right? If you go to the other videos, these are all the videos. They are major of the videos are on the intermediate side and the advanced side, right? So we have a mixture of everything for you. Okay, all right. So now let's come back to the topic. This is what we need to do. So I'm going to actually write here the code. Now I want to tell you a couple of things today. I talked about early binding a lot in my all videos. Today I will also be going to tell you about the late binding. Okay. Now the first thing which I want to do, let's keep it very simple. We are going to follow the early binding method. Early binding method, it means that you will have to tell your Excel that you are going to use the Outlook application, which is the external application. It doesn't come with the Excel, right? Excel is a separate thing and the Outlook is a separate thing. You know that, right? So to communicate, you need to go to the tool reference. I always say this in my all the Outlook connection videos. So but this is for those who are watching the channel for the first time. You got to, guys, activate this Microsoft Outlook 16.0 object library, right? So in your case it won't be here. You need to press M and then you need to scroll it down, and these are all the libraries linked. When you install your Office, these libraries get installed by default. You need to find it out Microsoft Outlook, so they are all sorted in the ascending order. So find it out here. Where is your Microsoft Office library? So somewhere here you will find that. Check mark that and then click OK. The moment you click OK, it would come on the top, right? 16.0 doesn't have to do anything with your, because in case if you are using a different version, you will have a different number. Over here I'm using Outlook 2016, which I recently bought from the Microsoft. So that's how it is, 16.0, but you got to on the Microsoft Outlook. That's the first part. Click OK and make sure it is on. Come back to the tool reference and check whether it is now showing up here or not, because once you click on the once you click on this Microsoft Outlook, it will come on the top like this. Otherwise generally it remains somewhere here. As I was telling you, I showed you it, they are all alphabetically sorted. Now the first line which we will write here, so we'll name this send email with multiple attachments. All right. Now the first thing which I want to do is I want to declare my object, which is going to be my Outlook object. So how we do that? So you need to write this line, which is demo as outlook.application. Now this outlook.application which comes here, it's not gonna show up if you don't activate that tool reference. All right. So that's very important. Now, for example, let me show you. If I just go to the tools and the reference and I uncheck this, because you might be knowing, you might be trying to understand why I'm activating this, because then your VBA, Excel VBA will not be able to communicate to the Outlook. So if I write here now as, you see that I'm not able to see that Outlook word, Outlook, application. So that's why it is very important. So you got to click on this. Otherwise you will get the error in the very first line, right? So now it is gone. So let me just find it out again. Let me quickly scroll it down. Microsoft Outlook, there we somewhere here it should be. Yes, that's the one. I check mark it and I use the space bar. Actually, that's the shortcut key to put the check mark here. Otherwise you can use it your mouse also. Okay, so set O as equals to new outlook.application. These two lines are very important. This will ensure that VBA is going to create this O as Outlook application object in the memory. Now what is the next thing I want to do? Next thing, obviously, because we want to send the emails, so I'm going to use another class called email, OMail, as outlook.mail item. Now OMail is my own creation. You can use whatever you want, right? But I prefer writing these variables actually, which actually also easy to read. So this is how we write create item, OL mail item. Now this class we use whenever we want to deal with the emails, otherwise you will not use it, right? So but in this case, because we are dealing with the email, so we will have to write it down because we want to send the email. Now the next thing which I want to do is first of all you need to ensure how many times you need to run the loop. Okay, so I want to run the loop from the second, so I'll write here for I equals to, let me declare I as well, dim I as long. For I equals to, let's start from 2, and then from where you need to go to the 6, right? You can write here 6, or you can also make it dynamic. You can write from the A100 cell to end. This is the control up arrow actually. It will pick up the Excel up and then dot row, right? When you run this line, if you know my basic videos in, if you have seen that introduction series, Excel VBA, then this line simply does what? It is from the A100. Imagine this is a 100 cell. It uses the control up arrow. So obviously you will be on the last row. This tells you that how many times you need to run the loop. And I'm starting from 2 because I'm going to start from here, not from here, right? So it will run like this, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it. All right. Now, what is the next thing? I have to write the next because that's a for next loop. Now, in this video, there is something very important for you, all of you. But first let me complete the code, then I will write you. So with OMail and with, this is how we write. This is your email. So what you want to do with this email? Okay, this is how you write. So the first thing which I want to do is I want to write in the body. In the body, what you want to write? In the body, I want to write body equals to. This is what you have written in the email. He said dear. Dear, you need to prefix dear. And with what? And with the I and 1 dot value. Right? I means that it's going to be 2 and 1 means column, which is 1. So that means we are talking about the A2. So this would come as in the body. What is the next thing I want to do? Well, the next thing I want to do is this email address I want to write. So I'll write 2 equals to, again cells. This time the column will change to 2 dot value. Okay. Similarly, you will write CC equals to cells, same row, but the column number 3. Okay. Right. Remember, right now this is going to run the first time. With the first time the loop is going to run, so we will have here everywhere 2 2 2, which means second row, and the columns are basically changing. Okay, so let me just show you this. Yeah, so what is the next thing I want to do? In the subject also you want to write subject. So this is how we write the subject. So I'm going to write here the subject is in the fourth column, dot value. So this would come from here, and then this is the important part, attachments dot add. What do you want to add basically? So I want to add on the same row the value in the fifth. You have to ensure that your address should be correct, guys. Remember one thing, right? So this file which I have created in the E drive, I have already created these files to save your time. You can see here I have created A, test 4, test 3, test 2, test 1, B, C, D. They are all empty, but I've just created these Excel files because we are going to use them here in the E drive. You can see here test 1, test 2. Similarly we have in the C drive also. I've created budget 1, mid, left, right, all these Excel files I can show you. That's my desktop budget, and this is my mid, left, find. This is my budget 1. Right, so we have all the files having created here. There's no, it doesn't make any sense. Why would you write something which is not created? If it is going to be a typo mistake, then yes, it's a mistake, it will not be sent. As simple as that, right? So let me just reduce this. I want to show you actually this is how it looks like. Yeah, okay. So now these are all your email IDs. I hope you can see the full screen here and it's visible also. Anyways, the code is more important, not the Excel. So that's how, guys, I'm done with this. Now I have to go till your column I. So I have to add more attachments. So I'm going to keep on adding. This is the fifth one. So let me simply paste them quickly here. So this is going to be my sixth column, and this is going to be my seventh column, and this is going to be my eighth column, right? And I hope if I start from the A, this is covered, I guess. 9. Yeah, so we need the 9 columns because the last one is the I. So I'm going to add one more and then we are through. So basically I'm actually taking the last cell. Where is the last cell where you have this? Doesn't matter the below cells are empty or not. If they are empty, fine. If they are not, then we would like to finish up with the last column. So this is the where exactly it comes, right? Now this code has some challenges. I'm gonna talk about them one by one. First of all, my email in the E drive, I have A file. I have the desktop on the desktop. I have the budget file, and again I have my B file on the E drive, C file on the D drive, and E drive, and the D file also on the E drive. So the email should work. But the next time when it is going to run, I want to show you we may have an error here, because when we are going to say that find out the attachment here, it will give the error because attachment is blank here. Not necessarily that that the second person should also be needing all those 5 attachments. Like in this case, they only need the 3 attachments, right? So that's what we won't need to see. So first of all, let us run this and see that if we are able to achieve this or not. Okay, so this is the code, and I'm going to simply reduce the width of this. Just a second. Yeah, this looks fine to me. Let's have a more space here. Okay, and now we can run this. Okay, yeah, that's the one. I hope you can see this code, right? Okay, so let's start the code. And yes, I forgot to display how you're gonna send the email, by the way, right? You need to write the display. You can also use the dot send, but I would say don't use the dot send. First of all, we want to see that how the output is coming, right? Dot send means the email will go. It won't wait. Right now it will display on your screen, and then you can send it out if you think that all the things are correctly set up. So let's go ahead and run this. There we go. I started F8. So this is gonna take little time. All right, done. Now for I equals to 2 to this line, and so we're going to run this. Object application define error. All right, so we have an error here, and I think the error comes from this line, which is range. It says application defined object error. It's my mistake, guys. It's a spelling mistake. It should be Excel up like this, right? Okay, now let's run this. Now you can see here this entire code gives me 6, and the code is going to run from 2 to 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 times, and we need it for the 5 times, right? So there we go. Now in the body, what the value which I'm going to have is this value, which is the first row, and this must be name Ahmed because I'm on the row number 2 and the column first. So we're gonna run this quickly. You will not see anything here, but right now the attachments are getting added. So if you don't see the error, that means the attachments are getting added, right? So that means we are doing pretty fine. And now display. This will tell us what is the status. So there we go, guys. Now you can see that, let me minimize the code. I've got all the attachments, and this is also coming dear Ahmed, name Ahmed, right? So we have the subject, we have the CC, we have the 2. You can also add in the body also something if you want to add, that's fine. You can add the one more column and dot body, you can write it there, right? That's quite simple. I think the main motive of this video is to tell you that how to deal with this kind of a stuff, the different attachments. Now you have got these attachments added, perfect. So let's run the code and let's see that if we are good to go with this. So this is your now the Excel, right? Now end with next, the time to change the I, which is to go to the next I, which is I equals to 3. You can see now the third time the loop is going to run. Okay, now the third time when this loop is going to run, I want to see that whether we are doing well or not. So there we go. Now in the column 5, the row number which is 3, do we have any value? Yes, we have, which is test1, and the file is in my E drive. So you should not see any error. So that's fine. Then the next is budget 1. It's also available on my desktop. So we didn't get any error. The moment I run this line, it is not even showing any error, but this line shows the error. Debug, cannot add the attachment. You see that? No data source was provided. Now VBA gives you clear-cut indications what's wrong with that, and not only this, even if you press debug, it also tells you about the line which is giving you error. So that means in a column number 8, which is this column, there's nothing, there's no attachment, right? There's no path. So obviously you will get the error, right? So we will be dealing with that. I will simply put the error handler on the top, on error resume next, so that whenever there is an error, it should go next. But right now I will do it manually. Let's go to this line will also give you the error because there is nothing over there, right, in the last cell. So that's fine. I'm going to display them, right? Now what I want to show you, let me display them and let's have a look. So we should have test1 and budget 1. There we go. Now guys, this is what I was talking about. If you look at this file, what's wrong with this? Actually, the email is only 1. This was supposed to be the second email, and this budget 1, the attachment, which is this budget 1, and then this budget, and then this test 1, all are actually attached in the first email itself. That's very wrong. You never wanted to do that, right? And also if I go ahead and see that this dear, it says Salman Salim, if you have a look here, name Ahmed is removed. So basically it has overwritten. So how to get rid of it? So we want the 5 different emails, the separate emails, and the reason is, guys, for this, now people do a lot of load of the Google stuff actually, and you hardly find these kind of codes there. Now I'll tell you what is basically what is happening. You are telling that with OMail. Now OMail actually is what you have created it once only before the loop. Now this line means that create the email item. Now on the one email item you're getting everything done. So how it is going to create the separate email, right? So every time when the loop runs, every time when you have the increment in the I, you got to have a new email getting created. So that means this line we are supposed to cut it from here. We're supposed to cut it from here, and we are supposed to put it here, right? Not here, in fact, I beg your pardon, because this is outside the loop. You got to put it here, that whenever the loop runs, create the email, new email. This is what it actually says, and this way you will actually get the new email. And what about those attachment errors? Because some of that cells are blank. So now in this case we know that the error would definitely come because every cell doesn't have the attachment. So we will write on the top on error resume next. Now I always whenever I use this, I say that I have explained all these error handlers in a very much detail. If you know my channel, you just need to go to the playlist called Excel VBA introduction series, and you would find the videos over there. Let me show you somewhere here. Yeah, Excel VBA introduction. Okay, click here, and then what you need to do is watch these two videos. Errors discussion on error go to handler. First of all, you got to watch this. Okay, after you watch this, maybe you can watch this video also. This is a VLOOKUP error, how to deal with the VLOOKUP error, but you got to watch this video first. So here I have explained everything in a very detailed manner. Okay, so on error resume next means that if the error comes, don't stop the code, just keep going. So you use this on error resume next when you're pretty sure, not to avoid the errors, but when you know that actually the error would come and I know why it is going to come and it is not going to impact my code any which way. So let's just, surpass it. Okay, bypass it. So let's run the code now and let's have a look. I think we are done with this. Simply this line is very important. I wanted to tell you. Okay, before you run the loop, every time the email should be created. So there we go. Now let's run the code again. And now we should see that the email is created. We would like to run this quickly. There we go. Let's have a display, and you can see that it has displayed, it has picked up all the row number 2 items. Dear name Ahmed is also coming. Perfect. Now end with next. Now I go to the next. Now in the next, again new email is going to be created, guys. All right, so this is going to make a difference. Have a look. There we go. F8 quickly. Now you see that there was no error, right? And the error definitely would have come, but because of the on error resume next on the top, this line, the error is not going to show up and the line will execute. And then next, okay, now you see that a new email is also drafted. Let me have a look here. Look at this, guys. This is the first email, this is the second email, right? And you have all the IDs accordingly. I mean, the two CC attachments are different. Dear Salim, here it's coming Salman Salim, and here it's coming Naeem Ahmed. So all the things are fine. Let me quickly run this. Okay, there we go. Let me quickly press F5, by the way. All right, I think we are done. Yes, we are done, I believe. Yes, so this is your first email, this is your second email, this is your third email, this is your fourth email, dear Aman, and this is the last one, dear Cheryl S. You have all the emails attached. That's it. If you use the line here called .send in the code here, then the email will also be sent. Then they will not come for the display. But I would say that's all depends upon your requirement, but I would like to keep it on the display mode because then I can send it one by one. So this is how you can actually, do this job.